When I picked up the camera, I could lie to you and say, yeah, I always wanted to be shooting this and shooting this commercial and shooting for Puma and this with that. But that wasn't even it. When I picked up the camera, it was just to prove a point to myself that I could pull off a certain level of work.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the... Now today, we got somebody special. And I know I say that every time, but we really got somebody special today. This right here, this is a legend. All around, just a good guy. He is so many titles. To me, arguably the best videographer in Atlanta. He's won awards for his videography, photography, all over the charts. Your husband now, right? Congratulations again.
Appreciate that, man.
We got my boy, Remarkable Media. How you feel?
I feel good, bro. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah,
thinking of me enough to sit on here and think I got something to say. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel you. And I just want to say before we start anything, I appreciate you for coming. You know,
bro, glad to be here, bro. I'm honored, bro.
I'm honored, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you a legend here nowadays in Atlanta. You know, and all over. Like I feel like from where you started to where you at now.
Yeah.
You know, it's you on big scales, bro. How you feel?
Man, I feel good, man. I feel. Well, I got to be honest with you. I feel like I still got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm only just now scratching the surface of my potential and using the gifts God has given me. So, and I'm 5 years into being full time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, but overall, though, I feel good, man. This craft and me making it a full time career comes with its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But the ups they feel very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So overall, I'm blessed, bro.
I feel you, bro. I know we was already talking a little bit before we started recording and whatnot, but just to get it all out there, is there anything I missed as far as like, you know, introduction, anything or any titles that you got that maybe I missed or that we don't know about, you know?
No, man, you got it. From a creative standpoint, that's really it. That's really about it. You know, I started off taking photos and I'm primarily video now, so you got it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you good with the photos, but I'm sure, you know, at least for me, I done seen what you can do with a video, bro. That's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And you crisp on both sides, regardless. When you put any camera in your hand, if I put one of them the what you call it, the little Polaroid,
the film guys.
Yeah, I'm sure if I put one of them in your hands, you'll be able to make it work.
Yeah, I'll make it work, man. They tools, man. They creative tools. I've been playing with them for years, since a young boy. Since they put the first camera in the cell phone, I've been playing with and fascinated by cameras. So that's what it is, man. They tools.
You did have a video that you had posted one time of like you as like a kid.
Yeah, bro.
And you was, you know, doing the camera and whatnot. And how old would you say you was in that video?
Bro, I had just turned 4 years old.
Really?
That was 1999.
Yeah.
And my uncle captured that. It was at my parents' wedding, and I had that camera. I don't remember the camera, but I remember always asking for cameras.
Yeah.
When I was young, and somebody gave me that, bro. And I don't even know if that camera had film in it. I don't even know if it had film in it, but I think I just remember being able to put the viewfinder up to my eye.
Yeah.
And like seeing somebody in the viewfinder, and then just hearing the click. Well, that's all I needed at that age. Like that alone right there was fascinating to me. So that was a little glimpse of my whole fascination with the camera right there. Just those few seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it all started.
I think that's where it all started, bro.
Was that something that your uncle was into also? Like was somebody else already?
Yeah. So fun fact, man. Shout out. I'm glad you asked that question because I don't forget the role that he played too. My Uncle Humphrey. He when he was young, I don't know if he got into it in his teenage years or what, but he always talk about it, about how he was into photography and the type of shots he used to get. And I still got a lot of the pictures he took of my mother and people around in my family and stuff like that. But he was the one that was into photography, and he was always into cameras and video recording. That's part of the reason he got that clip of me. He was the one with the camera just at the wedding, taking random clips of people, just documenting the moment. Not really getting in the way, just really sitting there, documenting the moment, fly on the wall. And it was one time, this had to have been around, man, it was the late 2000s. The Canon T3i had just dropped, and he bought that while we was on summer vacation. And bro, this is a brand new camera. Me and my cousins, he let us play with it. Like, you would have thought any other person would have been like, bro, I just spent all this money on this camera. Y'all don't touch that. Like,
yeah, that ain't no toy.
He's like, nah, y'all have figure it out, guys. Like, see how it shoots and all that. And bro, I just remember looking at that camera, and it came to a point where I would keep taking it from him and taking pictures. He wasn't using it, I'd take it from him and taking pictures. And that was the Canon T3i. So me already being familiar with that camera, when I went to college, that was the first camera I bought, just out of knowing that camera like the back of my hand, because I was stealing it from my uncle for days at a time, just using it, taking pictures and stuff like that. So shout out to Uncle Humphrey for, I guess you could say, planting that seed, whether he knew it or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out Uncle Humphrey, man.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah, he don't even know that from unintentionally, that's why I got the T3i when I first got one, because you had one.
For real?
That was my first camera, man. I went and bought one off somebody from OfferUp. Back in what, 2016 when we first got a mag, 2015, whatever it was.
First got a mag.
Yep.
That's the reason. That's what prompted me to even push myself to buy a camera, because dog, before that I was taking pictures on my phone, like taking pictures on my phone, and then I heard a mag and stuff like that, and I said maybe I need to buy a camera. So I bite the bullet and bought one. But that's crazy though.
Yeah.
That's a crazy. How you feel when you first bought that camera? Because I remember that feeling, bro.
I felt remarkable.
Yeah. It felt like, it does feel like anything possible now. Like,
well, it really is different for me, because like I never really saw myself behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't never really something for me that was like, oh, I want to, you know what I'm saying, like do this. But it was more so when I did get in mag and I would have all these ideas, you know, like the thrill of a video or like whatever it was that I came up with.
Yeah.
I just felt like I couldn't explain it to somebody else the way that I felt like I could do it, you know, or like wait on anybody else. But again, like I said, I mean, what really inspired me to hop behind the camera and really start learning it, bro, like, I mean, it was slick. It was you know, you, Demaya, at the time, Rod was the man with the camera, you know, shout out Rod, you know.
Facts.
But he was the guy with the camera at the time. So it was like, when I would see the things y'all was doing, and it's funny because at the time, I mean, you know, I knew you, you know, people at Mag knew you, but like, it was like, you know, the name Remarkable Media was like the name, but it wasn't a face behind the name, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I remember back when it was, you know, before it even became a thing for you, you know? Yeah. So at the time when, you know, I like to say we was learning, even though, you know, you was.
No, we was.
Yeah, we were, but you was learning, you was taking that extra time to really like put into your craft to become better, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why you exceeded so far as, you know, so quickly just becoming better with everything camera-wise, you know, to the point where it was like, I used to come to you every time I had a question, like, hey, man, like, how do I do this?
Right.
But just take all that back to say, like, when I first got that T3i, I was like, this is it, you know. It had its tweaks, like you had to stuff some paper in the bottom of it to close it so that it would turn on, because the sensor wouldn't let you turn it on. But I mean, it was good, you know. I felt like I could do anything. Like
I felt like you could do anything, bro. It's like, wow, everything I think about now, I got the camera, so the only thing stopping me now is me. You know what I mean? I got the camera. I never forgot that feeling, bro.
Yeah. So, but before like college and mag, like, were you already kind of like knowing that's what you wanted to do, like maybe like in high school or like early college?
Man, not really, bro. Like I said, the camera always found its way in my hands. Before I bought a camera, I was using my phone to take a lot of pictures. Yeah. What that looked like for me was, you know, I had apps on my phone where I'd take a photo, edit it, and I was even printing them out. A lot of them, I print those photos I printed. Yeah. Like freshman year in VSU, when I found out you could print in the library, I still got a lot of them prints some of the photos that I was proud of that I took on my cell phone. But beyond that though, like in high school, I really thought I wanted to be an audio engineer. Really? Like I was super fascinated by music, but more specifically the recording process of music.
Like audio engineer, like making music, or like live kind of thing, like theater.
So anything involving sound, like so being the one behind the board, like an audio engineer,
like a DJ.
Like not even I wouldn't even say DJ. I wouldn't even say making beats. But if you go to a studio and the person that's mixing the vocals and mastering everything, like that person,
you want to do that.
Like I really saw myself behind the board for a long time. I was studying that for a while. Like before I moved to the US, I remember going to church and I didn't want to sit with my family. I wanted to sit with the sound man. And I know I didn't have time to ask him questions because he was super locked in. But I was like, man, maybe if I could just watch him, and I'm seeing him click all these different buttons, and he is responsible for the sound. And that's another thing I found out too, that I was fascinated with that type of role. Like the sound man is one position, but he's responsible for so much. Like everything on this board, he has to know exactly what every button does to be able to control and manipulate sound for a great outcome. So I've always been passionate and excited about jobs that had like small input but big outcome.
Yeah.
So that's the same approach I took to editing and stuff like that. Like being able to sit down at the computer and just one software with all these different buttons. I could use that to interpret how I see the world and hopefully have like big impact through making a video.
Yeah. So all the way through up high school, you was like, I'm gonna be an engineer.
But I thought I was gonna be an engineer, bro, and that's why I declared mass media.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what that was gonna bring for me, but I know like, yo, bro, this is the closest thing to that, and I know I like taking pictures too. So they say I could do that in mass media too, or messing with some video. Yeah. And of course, they ran us through the ropes of like news and making short films and stuff like that. Some of the stuff I enjoyed, some not really. Yeah. But man, I'm glad I stuck with it because
Yeah, look at you now.
It helped. It helped, bro.
Yeah.
It helped.
So you ain't think when you first like for example, like if I had to put like a timestamp on it, like when you made that Thriller video.
Yeah.
Because that's when things started to take off a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
When you made that, at that moment, was you like, videography, like camera work is gonna be my thing, like this is what I'm taking serious now? Or was you still kind of just dibbling dabbling with it?
I was still dibbling dabbling.
That was dibble dabble.
I ain't had no really, man, I ain't had no end game yet on what I wanted to do with all of that stuff. But I could tell you, like during that time, I was like, I know what I was looking at. I know what I was inspired by, and I just wanted to prove to myself that I could make that type of stuff that I'm seeing on Instagram and on videos.
What was you inspired by? Like, what's some of your inspiration when it comes to that kind of stuff?
Yeah, at that time I was following a few people that was putting out stuff that I would see. I mean, this is like what you say, like 2015? 18. Oh yeah,
2017. Maybe.
2017 especially. Yeah, that's when I bought the camera. And 2018, I think that's when I bought my first Sony. Yeah. After I say I like video, but at that time I was I guess close to home, you could say, watching what the school was doing. Yeah. Shout out to Graham again. Yeah. That's like a big one. Graham being the creative behind a lot of that stuff that the school was pushing. I always say like he make Valdosta State look like the D1 school of the South. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's crazy, but I didn't have to watch. I didn't take a tour to come to Valdosta, bro. I watched the videos and I say, yeah, this is where I going. Like, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, just knowing that it was people like him creating just great videos, making an impact. It was also somebody I was watching too at that time that I was super inspired by, a guy called Ivan Barrios. He was and still is the videographer and photographer for DJ Khaled and We the Best. So I was super watching him too, and I know like without a doubt that kind of contributed to my style at that time, and I guess you could say now. But as a foundation, I was like those two, and then everything else on Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah.
I feel that at that time, that was when you came out with that and that drop. Yeah. And like at the end when it was like Remarkable Media.
Yeah.
And I just remember when I seen that video and people, I'm in the room, I'm with like 6, 7 other people, and at the end it's like Remarkable Media, and folks is like, who is Remarkable Media? Like, who made this video? I remember somebody was like, it looked like this was a music video. They were just like, who is this? Like, who made this video?
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, I know this nigga did. Like,
are you talking about the Thriller?
Yeah.
The party promo video? Or are you talking about your Thriller video?
No, your Thriller video when they was
okay.
In front of the white
office.
Yeah, the white building, they was doing their thing. It's that time of year again. That's right, it's Black History Month. And you know how we get down over here at Green Cap. So all of our Black Excellence tees are 20% off all month for a limited time. So go get yours today. And if you made it this far in the video, lucky for you, you can use code BHM25 and you can get 50% off your shirt. Yep, get one of these for $15 all month long. Go tell your friends, tell your mama, and tell your mama to tell her friends. How'd you feel about that? At that moment when you dropped the Thriller video, like, did things actually change for you?
For me personally, yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was, bro, me making videos, from my started, dog, me making videos was me just trying to prove a point to myself.
Yeah.
That I could do a certain level of work. When I picked up the camera, I could lie to you and say, yeah, I always wanted to be shooting this and shooting this commercial and shooting for Puma and this with that. But that wasn't even it. When I picked up the camera, it was just to prove a point to myself that I could pull off a certain level of work.
Yeah.
And as I got satisfied with certain levels, then I wanted to do more, and then I wanted to do more. So me leveling up with the camera is like a personal thing with myself. So that's what it started as, and now I still got some of them same thoughts,
Yeah.
So yeah, but when that video dropped though, it kind of like confirmed something for me. Like, okay, I remember looking at this style, and this feels very close to what I was looking at and want to produce. Like from the sound design in that video, just the way it was edited. Like I said, I had just bought. That was February of 2018. I think I had bought my first Sony that January. And bro, I remember that feeling too. It felt like Christmas all over again because I was shooting with the T3i, and then you go from that to shooting 4K.
Yeah.
Dog, I remember what that feel like, and shooting S-Log. And now you're able to like say color grade the video, and bro, that opened up a whole new world of possibility for me. Yeah. And that thriller video was like just opportunity to just use that camera, and I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say like now you in the big leagues?
Nah, I can't really say that because as I've risen up through the different levels, I get closer and closer to seeing what the big league really is.
Yeah, the league just keep getting bigger.
It's like now that I've risen up and done the projects that I have done, I now see that there's way more stuff to know and learn and things to master, and it's a bigger league out there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've done a couple of cool videos, but as far as like, I just know it's another level that I haven't hit yet. Yeah, and that's what humbles me. Yeah, and I'm still studying. I'm going back down to learn new things and keep myself sharp because I know I want to. Before I be done with the video, I want to hit that level. So it's still work to do.
I know you real humble, bro. You always done been real humble, like, but beat on your chest for a second, bro. I just want like give us a list or just like what have you been doing in the past few years? Because I feel like you real like you only show us what you want us to see. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like Instagram, like social media, you only show what you want folks to see. Yeah. So like, what's some of the stuff that you've been doing? The projects you've been working on, like the people you done worked with. What you been up to?
I'm very much satisfied with me being able to tell stories on the level that I'm doing right now, because I know it's something I've been working at for a while. When I decided to get serious with video, I wanted to define my style and how I see and interpret the world through video, how I edit. So I'm glad that people see enough in me to say hire me for certain things and put me on certain projects because they're confident enough in me to do that. But some of the projects I'm proud of, man, when I get asked this question, there's a few things that come to mind. Um, from the stuff I did when I first moved to Atlanta, me working with Skrill Davis, we was working a lot. That leading us to working with Cardi B, stuff like that, leading to working with even more artists. Um, Quite recently, very recently, just came back from Vegas, did some stuff with Puma during Formula One race week.
Mm.
And that collaboration with Ferrari. So that was exciting. So yeah, bro, it's projects like that that I'm super proud of. You know what I mean? Because I know, like I said, I never really aspired to be at this level. Me picking up the camera was just seeing if I could do that level of work.
Yeah.
And I'm still in it. But another thing I got to say too, like a lot of the big projects I get, like shout out to Cam Kirk and Collective Gallery, because a lot of the big projects I get is through him and that agency. They've put me on a lot of big projects. They've seen enough in me to get to say, I guess, trust me with some of that stuff. So, yeah, I've done some stuff on my own, but it's half of this game is who know you and who know what you could do. So I definitely wouldn't ever be able to do it by myself. So shout out to them for that, and everybody that see enough of me to say, hey, we'll pay you to do this, or we believe you can do this type of project. But yeah, man, that's a short list.
Yeah, I know. I know that's a short list, but like I said, bro, it's all good. I think that's what makes the difference for a lot of artists, and outside like videography, photography, music, just being a creative in general. I think it becomes a time where like you make that transition from like doing it for free, trying to make a name for yourself, to that point where it's like you start getting like paid for it, and people start like looking for you because they like your work and they like what you do. Like when it came to that time, like what was the mindset that you had? Like, and I'm just gonna give you an example for me. Like I'm in that stage right now where I'm trying to turn my creativity from like doing it for free to help versus like doing it. I still want to help, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like to where I can live off of it, you know what I'm saying? So like what did you do to make the difference? But you know what I'm saying? Like in your journey, when was that? Like when did it change? And what would you say you had did to lock in, I guess, to make that difference?
Man, it kind of came upon me by force, I guess you could say. Now I guess you could consider myself, people say entrepreneur or whatever. I guess if you had a term for a creative entrepreneur, but this always was in the plan. When I was during my last year at Valdosta State, I thought I was going to, move to another university and continue in higher ed marketing. Mm-hmm. Working with another university, doing the marketing stuff for social and everything, but it didn't work out that way. But in that transition of it not working out, I kind of started leaning on my creativity and, freelancing and stuff like that, getting paid here and there. As long as I'm able to make rent, I was good with that. Yeah. When I moved to Atlanta, this is 2020. But as time went on, I realized, that this is a market. Creativity and what I do is part of the creative business. Yeah. People are charging a certain amount.
Especially in Atlanta.
Yeah, especially in Atlanta. So I guess to answer your question, the thing I had to figure out was figuring out my worth. I struggle with that to this day because, man, at the end of the day, yes, I know it's a lot of work that goes into this stuff, but I find a hard time putting accurate price on it because at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I'm creating for y'all a video. Like, it's a video. Yeah. I hate that I think of it like that. And I many times forget the energy, hard work, the time it takes to create a good project. Sometimes I always forget that, and that's why I struggle to put price on stuff from then to now. But yeah, when I turned it into a full-time thing, worth and pricing was a tough thing, because if you really like it, like if you know the people who really like something, they just want to give it away. And I realize I want to do that, but I can't do that because I call myself making a living off of this thing. So yeah, man, that's always been a challenge, but I'm getting a little better at it, you know.
I just to add on to what you said, I don't think when people really like something, they give it away. I feel like that's like a lot what a lot of us think when it comes to something that we love, and it's like, oh, I love it so much that I would do it for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, like, in a sense, what you're doing is like you serving people, you know. And if you want to look at it from like a spiritual aspect, like you blessing people, you know, like you have something that people need, you know, and for them to get it, you know, you gotta be able to live, you know.
Right.
So it's just like, it's kind of like a you know, it don't feel bad for charging folks, you know, especially when it come down to what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job too. You're not just like, oh, here's the camera. But I seen something that was saying, like, if you charge somebody something and after that, like, you like holding back on certain stuff, like, oh nah, because they ain't paid me for that, like, or like if you feel like if after you charge somebody and you immediately feel like, you know, they need to pay you more money to do something else, then you ain't charge them enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, like, you should, when you charge people, like, you know, and I know you doing bigger things now, so that number is way bigger. But you know, if I charge somebody $500 for whatever, like, that should come with like everything that I feel like that I could give to that project, you know. And if I feel like that wasn't enough, I need to charge them more.
Yeah.
You know, the price need to be higher.
Correct.
You feel me? Don't feel bad for charging people, bro, especially when you got quality.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I admire the people that don't got no problem putting the price on their stuff. But some people will tell you right off the bat, like, oh, you want this? Oh yeah, I need $5 for that. Like, without even looking back, without flinching. Me, I'd be like, man, $5,000, no? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, that's not enough, or that's too much?
No, I'd be like, that's too much. Like, I put pressure on myself, but I realize I got to do that because I can't mess up the market either. Not that I'm responsible for it, but like, it's a market, and you gotta be respectable to the market and make sure that your pricing is accordingly.
According to who? To the other people?
Yeah, like, just, you know, not. This is an ongoing conversation that I don't have the answers to. I'll tell you that right now. But you know, people giving away work and not charging enough, and giving away the raw videos and the raw photos, and not charging the client enough, and that leading to clients always think that they could come to people for a service and not having to pay top dollar.
Yeah.
So that's like an ongoing conversation in the creative community. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have the answer to that. I'm just weighing in.
I feel that. See, I feel like when it comes down to it, that's when it's different levels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and kind of like I stated before, like, if somebody come to me right now trying to make a video, like, I have no in my head. So backtrack. Today in 2025, the internet wants you to think that if somebody will come to you and pay $5,000 for a video, I should be able to charge $5,000 for a video. And that's not the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where I feel like it's kind of messed up, because, you know, I can't charge nobody that. I'm not gonna give them what you can give them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes you gotta just, like, know, like you said, know your worth, know your value, and know what you can and can't get away with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But look, backtrack. I meant to ask you when you first said it. You had said, like, you know, you had quoted something earlier. It was like, when you first came over here to, like, America. Like, when did you come over here? Like, when was that?
Yeah, I moved to the U.S. in 2012. I was in the 11th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was straight to Georgia, or like?
Yeah, straight to Georgia, straight to Atlanta.
Really?
From Nassau. I grew up in Bimini, Bahamas. From Bimini to Nassau. From Nassau to Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I know that was a change.
Yeah, bro. I was 16, and my parents thought enough that, you know, you're at that age now. If you do want to eventually go to the U.S., let's try it early on and see if you like it. And it was just convenient that my cousin had just moved to Atlanta too, Katari. Shout out to her. And she was brave enough to take me in. I'm as a 16-year-old, and she was young too. But yeah, I moved to the U.S. Yeah, it was 2012.
So your parents they didn't come. It was just
my whole
you and your
family
cousin.
was back home.
Really?
My whole family, yeah.
That's crazy.
Really,
I ain't know that.
They really sent me off, and they let me go.
Yeah.
Man.
So by the time we met in college, you had only been here maybe 3-4 years.
Yeah,
maybe
I came to college spring of 2015. So yeah, I've been at 3 years at that point.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
3 years, yeah.
What was that like? What was that like?
Man,
what was the difference in like just life, bro?
Bro, I still can remember a little bit of culture shock I was getting within the first week of school. Like, first of all, I'm going from wearing a uniform every day in the Bahamas. We wear a school uniform, every day, to now having to pick up clothes every day. It seemed exciting when you're watching it on TV, but as a 16-year-old, you're trying to get fresh, and you ain't got enough kicks, and you just wore the shirt last week. You got the same jeans. These jeans been in rotation for 4 times this month. Right, I was stressed about the whole dressing up part. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. But beyond that, though, I remember walking in the classrooms early in the morning and saying good morning. Bro, nobody would even acknowledge that, bro. Like in the Bahamas, we don't play about that minor stuff. Like, it's like you walk in this room right now, you ain't say good morning. It's like, hey, we sleep together last night. Go back out and try again. Like, you gotta it's a respectable thing to do. So it's simple things like that I was like, okay, they just do things a little different over here. Yeah. And then on top of that, I was super shy. Yeah. I'm still shy now, but
I was gonna say you always been kind of reserved.
Imagine me back then, like actually trying to, talk and people not really understanding what I'm saying for real. I already mumbled when I talk too, on top of that. So I was super shy in high school, bro.
How you was talking when you first came?
Bro, I don't even want to go there, bro.
I like try to like reenact.
But I guess it's similar to right now, but over the years I learned that I just have to pronounce just a little bit more. I ain't never really had to lose my accent. Yeah. But as long as people could understand what I'm saying. As long as you could understand, cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, when I first moved, it was a lot of, huh? Yeah. Say it again.
Yeah, and you in the letter, so I know folks was like,
for real, like. And then some folks will be like, oh, sorry, I can't hear today, but it's really me. But I'll never forget that, bro. It was a shock for real. But by the time I got to college, though, college was really what forced me to break out of my shell. And because you gotta work in group settings, and if you want to get the best out of college, you gotta be sociable and be able to collaborate and know people know you. So yeah, college kind of forced me out of my shell for real.
Yeah, I can tell that too. I know when I first met you, you was still I can say you was quiet, but you know what I'm saying, you kind of stood in the back of the room. You know what I'm saying, you gonna say hey, you gonna say what's up, you know. Like, you ain't gonna speak too much, you know. I'm glad you did end up coming out your shell, bro, because I know like even in my time we don't worked on a few projects, you know what I'm saying, but I always appreciated, you telling me like, we should do it this way, or, like, putting in your insight, because,
Well, let me tell you one thing I admire about you too, though, back then when we was in MAG, like, and I know we talked about this before, but watching you do that Thriller project, bro, this is a whole different Thriller video. This is different from, my Thriller was a promotion for the Alphas on campus, but Noah was doing a project that was Thriller themed, Michael Jackson, when we was in an organization called Media Arts Geniuses MAG. And bro, I remember you having so much friction from the e-board for that video, and them thinking you can't get it done, and you having to really be the producer, director, bring people together, call people out of their dorm room in the night to film and spend time making the costumes, bro. I ain't really say nothing to you, but looking back, bro, I was always admiring like how you was able to push forward. And I did the behind the scenes for that video too.
You did.
And I remember checking in on you and asking you. I got that video somewhere, bro. I don't throw away nothing. I got to find it.
Yeah.
But I remember asking you, and you said, yeah, so and so keep telling me to shut down the idea, but
It was Elena and Rod. They kept telling me to shut it down. I said, I'm gonna do it anyway.
But I can do it anyway.
Yeah.
I remember you pull it up. I remember you was pulling up to the library to work on it too, right?
Yeah. Because I didn't have nothing at the time. I had to go to the library every time. Because
I was working in the library at that time, and you was pulling up, getting that edit done, but you did that. Like, I don't know how you felt about it, but I was like, damn, boy, really pushed through and got that thing done, got the project done. Yeah. And nobody could say nothing after you got done because you got it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was good for its time.
Yeah.
When I look back at it now, I kind of be like,
everybody do that.
I probably could have went without doing it. But,
yeah.
You know, for its time, I
was cool, man. We was having fun, dog. That's all that was. Like, we was taking that extra time that we had in college to say, just make stuff and create stuff.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, man.
That's back when it was just fun. You know what I'm saying?
No pressure, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? No, nobody paying us to do none of this stuff. We got an idea and we bringing people together to make it happen.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to get back to now, man. Is like just making stuff. Like I just want to like produce. Like I think along the way, like I'm the complete opposite like of what you was saying before. Like I always had an end goal. Like I always had a vision, but my vision was always to be like in front of the camera. I never wanted to be behind the camera, but the only way I could get in front of the camera was to learn how to use the camera so that I can, if I ain't got anybody to hold the camera, I can always, like do my own thing. Yeah. And so now, that's what I'm trying to get back to now is like, I want to do productions. Like I want to make short films. I want to, make movies. I want to get into doing music videos, man. Like, and I just want to get into creating like to where it's where it's fun, not where it feels like work, But
it's important, bro. I think it's important.
Yeah.
It's harder now because you got real life to, balance at the same time.
Yeah.
We ain't had the time that we had when we was in college where we just had free time to do stuff. So that's the only challenge with it now. But
yeah, and I got kids now, man. So I can't just be. I gotta keep the food on the table. Roof over the head.
I feel that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. I feel like I'm 29. I feel like I'm still young. And they say 30s is the new 20s.
Yeah, so prime, man.
Right now I'm just like right now is better time than ever. Like I told you before, bro. Like I ain't said this on camera, so I'm telling them too. But like I just got laid off my job probably like 3 months ago. So like these past 3 months, like of course when you tell your parents that, they like, oh, like, you need to go find another job. Like, they're
gonna worry to death.
Bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like for me, like me and mine and my household, like, we pray about this all the time. Like I always prayed for more time to create. And I feel like God was like, if you want more time to create, here you go. Then I got laid off. And it was like, okay, like dang, that sucks. But in these past 3 months, like I done created more than ever before. You know what I'm saying?
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
Yeah.
It feels good. Like, and it sucks though, because like at times, like, at times where you kind of just like, you don't know where the next money finna come from. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, dang, like that worry start to get to you and you kind of start thinking like, okay, well maybe I do need to like, what I'm saying? Like, give up on this dream or not give up on this dream, but like put it on the back burner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even right now, like this right now, like I came up here right here for this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was like, bro, I got to, like you never know what's going to be the step to take you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you might learn, who you might meet, like anything like that. So if I was to be like, nah, cause like my wallet, I don't want to take a risk to come up here and then like do this and then post it and 20 people look at it. And even if it is, it's just like at the end of the day, I want to follow my dream. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do what I like to do. I want to chase my dream and I don't want to look back 10 years later or 20 years later and be like, oh man, I wish I would have, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where I'm at now with all this. And like, I like the Think Green show. Like I like this. I like sitting and talking to people and really just getting to know them on a different level, bro. Because I done known you for years, and a lot of stuff we talking about right now, I didn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, that this is where it's at, bro.
No, I think just the fact that you getting it done, no matter how you get it done, that's like the most important part, though. So yeah, man, I salute that.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate
Sure,
it.
bro.
I don't be playing when I say like from the jump all of this though, bro. Like, and not just for me, bro. I'm pretty sure if you go talk to some other people, just in general, that's where you from or that came to VSU, you'd be surprised how many people are inspired by what you're doing. Like
For
you
sure,
just
yeah.
being where you at and them seeing the journey.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't even know like how many people are watching you and looking at you and they're like, yo, like I wanna do that. And it might not be videography, but I wanna turn my dream to reality, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to get to that level of quality or success. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you don't even know because to us on the outside looking in, I know like it's easy to say that like, but
Yeah.
on the outside looking in, bro, like it looked like you got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not
For
even
sure,
just
bro.
from not like a material standpoint, but just in general, bro. Like, you know, you had a dream, you had a goal, you went for it. Now you take it to a different level, bro. Like, you just got married a few months ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, like life itself, it just like seems to be working out well for you, bro.
Man, I've been a blessed child. I've been a blessed young man, and even now I'm still blessed, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I took this thing on, I said I wasn't gonna play with it. I mean, like I knew that it would take time. I knew that it would take all of my effort, and I knew that it wasn't gonna be easy. And I knew that it wasn't gonna be. I knew I wasn't gonna get rich off it. Starting off, I was like, I might not even get rich off this. Like, but it was something I was willing to take a stab at, and man, I'm just glad that at least some of the work is paying off to where I could make a living off of it. You know.
Yeah.
And I could attest to them ups and downs that you spoke of too, because man, I've had them creatively, financially too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, man, every now and then you get that one project or you get that one compliment that put fuel back in the tank for another few months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, it's a blessing that I'm able to do this. I don't know for how long, but it's cool right now, man. I'm having fun with it. I'm continuing to be inspired, and you know, if I inspire a few people, that's all the more powerful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. I feel that. What's some gems that you can drop for the people watching, man? What's some advice you can give?
Man, just you'll be surprised by the power of consistency.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised by the power of consistency. Sticking with it. Sticking with it. Sticking with it.
Is that your superpower?
Not really. Not really. What my superpower is, I don't know. I don't know.
If you could have any superpower, what
If I
would
could
it
have any superpower,
like any superpower?
I always knew this. If I could have any superpower, it would be to change the mind of someone else, like to manipulate somebody's
Yeah.
mindset
Yeah.
without having to do nothing crazy. Like I could just look at you and manipulate your mind.
Yeah.
Like, if I wanted you to say yes to this, if I come to the loan officer for the bank and I'm about to take a loan or whatever for $100,000, I need to, if he the one that's got to do the stamp of approval, I need to be able to look at him and he say, okay,
Yeah.
yes.
I feel you.
But that's my superpower, that I could get in his head and say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then life would be a little more easy. I don't know how malicious that is, but
I just had to ask. It was random, but when you say superpower,
I don't want to fly. I ain't got to do no flying. I ain't got to have super strength or none of that. Like if I could look at you and say, yeah, give me the job at the rate of $20,000.
I'm about to say I wouldn't even ask for no job. I just go to the bank and say, give me
I'm
all the
still
money.
do the work. I'm gonna be a regular citizen. I'm gonna be honest.
Look, you talking
I'm gonna be a civilian, but hey, I'm getting paid. Big money for this.
Yeah. No, I feel that. But since I'm on a chain of random questions, what's a conspiracy theory that you believe is true?
I do think there's extra life out there, though.
Oh yeah, on Earth
or just in general? Outside of Earth.
Oh, okay, yeah. I feel that.
The whole concept of space and even under the water is, I know that's a common one, but just for the sake of conspiracy, I do think there's extra life on there. I mean, God is so big and so powerful with his mind that thou art mindful of him. Like it gotta be more than us, but the universe is so big, dog. So big.
Yeah.
Like I know we special on Earth, and we just happen to be in the correct position that we don't get too much heat. We got enough water, and the elements. Everything is precise.
Right.
But we can't leave this. We can't only go but so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anytime I see the topics of like aliens and stuff like that, I don't really go too deep into it, but I just believe that something else. So yeah, I'll leave that right there.
Yeah. No, I feel that, bro. I feel like, just to add on to it, like you said, people go probably say I'm crazy, but I feel like aliens done, like, we look at different species on Earth and we be like, oh, that's a raccoon.
Yeah.
But like, who's to say like the animals and like, you know what I'm saying? Certain animals that we see, they not already aliens, came from a different place.
Right.
Like an octopus. What is an octopus, bro?
Right.
Like who? You know what I'm saying?
Weird creatures in that water, boy.
Yeah. NASA started off in the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, NASA wasn't NASA at first. It was whatever it was for the ocean. They was exploring the ocean. That's when the people who made NASA was to explore the ocean. So like the astronaut suits and all that good stuff, like all of that was for the ocean. They was exploring the ocean, and then one day they saw something, I guess, and they was like,
we need to leave that alone.
We need to go search space.
Yeah, leave that alone.
I don't know what was it, but whatever they saw made them feel like they needed to leave. And so they was like, we finna search space instead. So I don't know what they saw down there. But yeah, that's
I got
crazy.
so much respect for the water, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up in the Bahamas too, I spent a lot of time on boats and in the water and everything, and away from land where you can't see anything.
Yeah.
That ocean ain't nothing to play with, boy.
Yeah.
That ocean ain't nothing to play with. I got a lot of respect for the water. It's
Yeah.
fun, but man, you are literally nothing out there.
Yeah, you just suspect.
You're nothing.
No, the water has no respect for you.
Got no respect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know one time you had I think that was you, bro, and that was like a while ago probably, but you had posted something and you was like, you flew here, I grew here. That was like a bar to me, bro.
Yeah.
That's like a bar to me, bro.
I know
Like,
what you're
you
talking
flew
about.
here, I grew here. And it's like,
I know what you're talking about.
we be going on vacation.
Say that. We listen, people from the Bahamas, bro. We prideful about our country, boy.
Yeah.
We prideful about our country. A lot of, there's something I started to notice as of late. Like, we don't hesitate to put in our bio Bahamas, or to put the Bahamian flag on there. Like, we got a lot to brag on when you're from the Bahamas. So we just proud as a country, bro. We proud of who we are, and we know that people come here to vacation. But at the end of the day, we realize, like, wow, we live here. Even though, like, sometimes we be there in the hustle and bustle, and we have a real life over there too. But at the end of the day, we know that this is a special country, and we proud people, man. We proud people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. Like,
that's where that come from.
Just the experience of living, you know what I'm saying? Like, over there is just, I know it had to be so much different coming to Atlanta. Like,
it was different.
Now you all this land, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just land everywhere you look, cement. And, you know what I'm saying?
It was different.
Yeah,
different vibes, different speed for sure. Different speed.
Yeah.
Different type of people you run into. But I'm glad I'm able to, like, I go back home a lot, you know that?
Yeah.
I go back home at least 4 times a year. I'll be there for Christmas, God's willing. But
that's what's up.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I'm able to enjoy both sides, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, look, all around, like I said, man, just and the whole radius of things, bro. Like, you doing your thing, man.
I appreciate it.
I don't know if it means much coming from me, but I'm proud of you, bro. Like,
I appreciate that, bro. It definitely mean a lot because, like I say, you one of the ones that we bought our cameras within the same span of time, and we was interested in the same stuff, and you saw ground zero for me, kind of. I guess you could say, you know.
Yeah, I remember when it wasn't so good.
Yeah,
I mean, just being honest, like, I mean, not in a bad way, but I just remember when
looking back at a lot of that stuff.
It was, but I remember when it did get good, and it was like, it was really the color grade, and when you learned how to start color grading stuff, that changed the game.
Yeah,
because I knew we was using the same camera, but how did you make it look like this?
I was pushing that 3.3i, but I was making things happen with that. I was making things happen with that. But yeah, man, it do mean a lot, bro. And like I said, I'm honored you think enough about me to say Antonio has something to talk about. So I'm honored to be on it, man. I appreciate that.
For sure, and this right here was just to me was just a scratch of the surface, man. There's so much more we could go into, you know what I'm saying? And you know, one day we spin the block and do it again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But again, bro, I appreciate you for just, you know what I'm saying, taking your time out. Because like I said, bro, to us, like you got better things to be doing, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Likewise, man. Keep doing what you're doing too, bro.
No, thank you, bro. What's I know I asked you for some advice, but like what's something that we can look forward to? You know what I'm saying? What's something that you probably got coming up, or like some projects that you know that we could be looking out for?
Yeah, so I think what's next for me, I want to really prove to myself that I could direct great storytelling projects.
Yeah.
Yes, I know I've done them before, and a lot of the projects I've done were based off, you know, entering the scene and amplifying a real story.
Yeah.
But I'm now playing with, and how I know I need to do it is because it makes me nervous of like coming up with an idea from scratch. Nothing that nobody brought to me, or hey, Antonio, this is the concept, this is the brief that these people have, this is the video that they want to make. I next want to challenge myself to come up with those ideas from scratch and see if I could put my own interpretation on what a Nike commercial could be like, or you know, what an advertisement campaign and a rollout could be like. So I'm gonna be working on that stuff soon.
Yeah.
And like I say, it made me nervous, and I'm not so good at it. But coming up with ideas from scratch, because most times I'll enter the scene and tell that story that's already happening.
Yeah.
But I realized in order for me to make it to the next level, like it consists of that and knowing your visual language and how you see the world and how you could interpret it for other people, whether it be a brand to drive sales, or whether it be to strike emotion in people, you know, being the audience. So that's something I'm studying and exploring, and I'd like to, you know, head on that level and become good at it. So that's what's next for me.
Okay. No, that's what's up, bro. If you ever need an actor or somebody stand in, let me know.
I already know how you do, man. I know you pull up.
Yeah, but just let me know. I recently just got into acting for real though. Like I'm trying to be like an extra. Like I ain't gonna say I don't want to be like the main character, but like I just want to be like, you know, it's a scene and they in the coffee shop and it's like the one person in the back reading the newspaper and then they kind of put the nutpaper down. I was like, I heard Johnny's at the what you call it, and that's it. Yeah. So yeah, like I just did a commercial like a month ago. Yeah, got the whole family in it and everything.
For real?
Yeah, and they paid us too. And
I was about to say what type. It was a big Saturday, long Saturday.
No, it was 2 days.
Yeah,
yeah. It was at a resort that's opening up in what is it? It's over there in dang, I can't even think of where it's at. Covington, Georgia.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's like a little, like some cabins, like a little resort that's opening up over there.
Gotcha.
And they needed a family to be, you know, to be in the commercial, to be like doing crazy stuff. And
that's what's up, man.
It was pretty cool. It was a cool experience. It was like a weekend worth of experience in like 12 hours. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that was a good experience. Yeah.
It was cool. I just, you know, I want to get into, I feel like you got to kind of start somewhere, but like I said before, like I definitely want to work my way into like getting in front of the camera more.
Yeah, you never know, bro. You never know. You could start now and then, you know, by next year you will go down your list of projects that you've been a part of, and you'll be surprised where that stuff take you.
Yeah. But I'm somewhat in the same boat as you right now, realizing that like I have to make those, like I have to make it also, like make the opportunity for myself. So if I come up with an idea, I need to go ahead and put it down. I can't just wait on somebody else and then be like, let me be a part of yours, you know, like I need to put some stuff together. And so people can see, okay, like he can do this, you know?
Right. Yeah, man.
Where can everybody find you at for the people who don't know you already? Where, what's your social medias, you know, website, anything else you might got?
For sure. So you could find me on Instagram at remarkablemedia.net, at remarkablemedia.net on Instagram. And then from there, you can find my website in the bio, which is remarkablemedia.net. And
is the handle .net too, though? Is it like remarkablemedia.net? That's your handle? Yeah. I was about to say, I think it's just Remarkable Media.
Yeah. At remarkable.media. I don't even know my own handle. What's going on? at remarkable.media on Instagram, and then on my website it's remarkablemedia.net. So I gotta update my website, but you can find a lot more of my recent stuff. Go down a brief rabbit hole of my work, I guess, on Instagram. That's where I'm most active.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel you. You on TikTok at all? You be on TikTok?
I gotta watch only account.
Okay, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't get on too much, man.
I get it, man. Yeah. See, when you're doing what you do, you ain't gotta really, you know what I'm saying, be out there like that. It comes.
I should. It's a big part of me that realized that I should.
That's a different audience. That's like the young folks.
Yeah. All platforms really. I know it's some advantage in that on just being discoverable. So
yeah.
I should though.
You should. Well, again, bro, like I said, I appreciate you for coming, man. That's all the time we got today. I appreciate everybody for watching. Y'all stay blessed out there. Keep on doing what you're doing. And remember to think green.